Alright, and we're back for another replay commentary. Unlike my last three videos, I got Xin Zhao top. Xin Zhao is certainly not the only champion I play. I play lots of different roles and champions, but I've been playing a lot of games with him lately, and as long as I'm not like facing Teemo top, I'm usually happy to play him top, and I'm always happy to play him jungle usually. So that's why I've been playing so many games with Xin Zhao. Here we're playing against Corki, Lee Sin, Katarina, Shen, and Taric. So Shen is going to want to, just to give you an idea of what the strategy for the other team is. Oops, let's give it to me. Shen is going to want to split push, and then ulti someone. For instance, let's say someone comes to gank bot, Shen can ulti like Taric or more likely Corki if he's getting focused, and then make that fight a 3v2. So he puts a lot of pressure on the map that way. Katarina, she wants to use like her Q and her W to harass in a fight, and then I think it's actually pretty hard to know because I'm pretty bad at Katarina, but once like everyone's used all their stuns and stuff like that, and she's going to be good against our team because we only have two knockups or stuns. Myself, my knockup, and Maokai has two things that can interrupt her ulti. Actually, my R can interrupt her ulti as well. So she just wants us to get low and then just use her R on us in a team fight. Taric wants to... He can either... Usually this support can have two roles. He can either peel for his AD carry, and that means when, for instance, when I jump on Corki, use my E to dash to him, Taric can use a stun and make it very difficult for me to reach Corki, and Corki can sort of run back a little and then use the spells and auto attacks on me. And then Lee Sin is going to be tanky in this game, and that's usually a pretty good idea for the jungle because you can't usually build both tanky items. Like you're not going to have enough gold to build both tanky items and damage items if you're jungling. So our team. Basically, we want Maokai to be our main tank. We want him to like absorb all the CC and damage if possible. And then, so here just to give a quick explanation of what happened, why it took so long to get the lane. I couldn't like right click for some reason, so I missed a CS and one melee creeps XP. Which is like actually really bad because hitting level 2 early is like very important in top lane, and I'm definitely not going to hit it first because it's pushing too, so that just means that I'll get less CS. So let me just explain the rest of what we're aiming to do in team fights, and then I'll explain the top lane. So yeah, I want to dash on Corki or Katarina potentially, and the problem with dashing on either of those is that Corki can shred my armor and do lots of damage to me, and if they focus me down, I'll die really quickly. But I mean, I gotta get in there and try to do damage. So that's what I'm trying to do. Twitch wants to use his R to do a lot of AoE damage to the enemy team. Mordekaiser, like Maokai, can kind of tank. He's like kind of like a tanky spellcaster, and he wants to get in there and do damage, and take up some damage with his shield. And Teemo's support, which is a little unusual, basically he wants to just blind any of their bruisers that try to get on our team. Okay, so I'll explain the matchup as I miss CS. Under the tower. Basically, I was actually playing pretty passive to start off with. One, because I had a level disadvantage. So here we set up a gank, and it's actually really good. We get Shen to use his flash, so that's actually really helpful. We get a free flash out of him basically because he overextended, and we both jumped on him. I don't think we could have gotten the kill. Maokai wants to come around and try again. But Shen is, playing smart and realizes that. And here I realize like I'm overextending, but I just want CS. And as soon as I see Shen go on me, I immediately flash out and use a health pot, and I actually make it out alive, and that's just reaction time. I think they probably could have killed me if Shen's flash was up, so that just shows you an advantage of that. And here, a lot of people like to stay in the lane when they're this low, but I decided to go back right away because I'm really not going to be able to do anything in this lane because I'm too low and Shen can just harass me back out of it again. So I'm not going to get like gold or XP or anything like that. So I just go back and get Adorns and just try not to be greedy. And then I head back to the lane, and since I did that right away, I didn't like hesitate and like try to get some CS. I only missed like a minion, like I don't even know if I missed anything. Yeah, I probably just missed this melee creep because it's sometimes pathing is just like retarded. Like it could have attacked this melee creep, but it randomly decided to attack these range creeps. And here I'm just trying to CS under the tower. I think I missed a bunch. Some of it's like due to pathing and just like poor play, because like sometimes like the creeps just like randomly move in different directions and you can't really do anything about that, so you just have to try your best. And here I tank some damage and use the health pot to freeze this lane here. So notice I stop auto attacking the range creeps after I kill a couple of them so it doesn't push too hard. And that's just to freeze the lane here so I can get ganked. I didn't buy any wards, so I really do want to freeze the lane. So that's what I'm trying to do here. And also it makes Shen overextend so we can kill him if Maokai comes up here. The other thing to understand that's important for especially top lane is understand like what the top lane is trying to do. So I know that Shen is just going to try to harass me with his Vorpal Blades, and so you can build things to cancel that. I should have flashed there to get the knockup, but we get the kill anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, if I had flashed, there's no way that Maokai was gonna die. So I probably should have also followed Maokai out because he was tanking the turret, so I didn't need to flash. I didn't need to go this way. So I just run up and try to save Maokai as best as I can, and he actually really outplays Lee. He dodges his Q. And here I know that he wants to use his Q to escape to a creep, so I just try to burst him down as quickly as possible. Here I could have stayed to try to CS these creeps some more, but it was getting denied on the tower, and so I just wanted to go back and buy my items so Shen wouldn't be stronger than me and couldn't harass me out of lane. And when I get back, I see that Shen has bought a heart of gold, which is okay. I like GP5 items, but the problem is that you get much weaker in lane because they don't give you the same stats as like an equivalently costed item. So like if you wanted to spend, like he could have bought a ruby crystal and, for instance, armor. And basically what you're saying is either I'm just not going to be able to do anything in lane, so like he's just going to make me stay really far back, and I just won't be able to do anything, and that's why I'm getting GP5 just to get some gold. Or you're saying like he's not going to do anything to me at all, and so I'm just going to get even farther ahead with a GP5 item, because it's basically getting free items if they don't get punished. And if that doesn't happen, then you made the wrong choice. So you just have to evaluate what the lane is going to be like and see if that's the right choice. And I don't really think that that was the right choice here, because he should have gotten like cloth armor or something like that, because he just can't do anything. One thing to note is that he wants to re-sustain back up with Vorpal Blades after I get him low, so he wants to win the trades that way. But I'm just not going to let him do that. I just basically, once he gets this low, and here I try to get in range to interrupt Shen's ulti, but I didn't get there in time. I couldn't dash to him because dash makes it so that your ulti won't knock him back and won't interrupt it. So I just like didn't reach him in time, didn't react quickly enough. But so that was what I was trying to do. Like it would have taken too long for me to use my Qs to knock him up and cancel his ulti, and so I just tried to reach him in time to interrupt it with my power. But it actually turned out really well. Like Shen didn't do anything bot lane, and like no one was really low, so like it didn't actually do anything, and I get to put a lot of damage on his tower for free. So last time I bought a ward, so I get to see that Lee Sin is coming up here, and so I just back out. So basically what happened was Shen just ultied with the hope of like getting a kill there, but it didn't do anything. And so he lost. This is a problem with that, is that he's now 2 levels behind me. Here, like, the reason I'm running back is because I know something like is up. I saw Lee Sin like around here, and this is just map sense, and I knew he was like gonna try to gank me or something, so like I just go back, and I also ping back Mordekaiser, but like he didn't listen that this was happening, to tell him like, okay, he's gonna gank somewhere. So I just backed out to my tower to wait to see what was happening, and then when I saw him coming mid, then I went back into my lane. So I was just playing very cautiously there. I'm like pretty far ahead, so I don't really need to take risks, and I can just keep getting farther and farther ahead. Here I miss, I don't ore block, so I missed the knockup, which is unfortunate. And now he can kind of zone me because like I'm pretty low and I don't know where Lee is, so I like don't want to go in on him. And he can just re-sustain back up, and my sustain is I have to be much closer than he does. So yeah, this was dumb. Like I didn't need to do that, and it prevents the creeps from pushing. So I should have just not gone in, saved my mana and stuff like that. It wasn't gonna do anything. He can re-sustain back up. He can harass me. So like there's no reason for me to do that. So yeah, I should have just been like, okay. Like I should have been more flexible in my planning. Like my planning was just to harass Shen, and get him low enough so he couldn't really sustain off his Qs and his lifesteal. So that was my plan, but I should have realized, okay, I'm low, I don't have a lot of mana, then I shouldn't actually go in here. I didn't see Shen ward. I had been actually keeping track of like when he was warding to tell my jungler, but this time I didn't see him ward that time, so I can't tell my jungler that Shen is warded there. And here my goal is just to shove the lane and then go back as quickly as possible. So that's why I'm using my spells to auto using up all my mana as quickly as possible. So that's what I'm doing. I realize I don't have any wards. I don't know where Lee is, so I'm gonna go back, get some wards, get some items, so I get stronger in lane and just be much more difficult to kill. So I get some health pots and wards. Health pots are really important to buy. A lot of times people don't buy them. And you don't have to like go overboard with. You don't have to buy like 10 health pots, but buying a couple is important, especially with champions that have like sustain where they need to actually be hitting creeps to do so. Because if they get you low enough, then you can't sustain anymore because they can just kill you if you try to sustain off creeps. So here's Shen is freezing the lane, and I really don't want him to do that. So after I ward, I just go in on him so that the lane gets pushed back. I probably should have gotten all these. I missed the CS doing that, or 2 CS. One was just because I got impatient. But yeah, so I just shoved the lane in, and I know I'm not going to be able to do anything for a while. So I see that Cat is pushing out mid, so I go in on Cat, and Maokai actually goes in too, and Mordekaiser actually baits her, and we just get a kill here pretty easily. And I waste my ignite at the end, so I should have either ignited earlier, but Mordekaiser ignited, so it wasn't a big deal, or I should have not ignited at all. So that was just a small mistake on my part. And since we killed Katrina, we know that we have a free dragon basically, so we go ahead and do it. I should have told Maokai to pull out the dragon, because Lee Sin can like Q over and dragon steal pretty easily actually. Like, he's pretty good at dragon stealing, and then he can ward and jump back over, so he can even do that for free. But since that wasn't happening, I moved behind the dragon so that it's harder for Lee to potentially steal it. So that's why I repositioned at the end of the fight. And then I run back up top lane because I see that Shen is trying to push down my tower, so I run back there as quickly as possible. I could have potentially gone bot lane, but like I had a good idea that it was warded, and it actually wasn't warded in the river, so I could have potentially snuck up on them, but I also didn't want to give up a tower for free. So basically my thought there was, okay, I'm gonna save this tower at the cost of potentially having a risky gank. So here I'm just there I shouldn't have gone on Shen because I missed 2 CS for that and didn't really gain that much. Like he's just gonna like regen this health. So like all the times I'm playing a little too aggressive for this. And here I'm like, okay, what is going on here? Like I don't see Katarina mid. I don't know where Lee is. So I check this. I'm thinking about checking the Tribush for Lee, and then I'm like, okay, something's going on. I'm not gonna get CS. I'm not gonna even bother trying. Something is going on right now. And as soon as I see Cat, I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. And I just ulti. And that was just to push them back, because if Lee managed to land a taunt on me, I would have just died there with Katrina's ulti. And so I'm telling like my team, okay, something's going on top lane. I knew that Cat was here, so I just hit her once with my Q, which I probably should have saved my mana for. And then as soon as I see Mordekaiser top, I'm like, okay, we can go in now. So I just go in as soon as I can. Lee kicks us, but that's okay. And basically we get 2 kills, one of which is Lee, which is really good because he has an Oracles, so we focus him down. Shen would have been much more difficult to kill, so that was definitely like the right targeting choices. We targeted Cat first, and she died first, and then we immediately switched to Lee at only the cost of Maokai, so that was really good. Mordekaiser is pinging their blue, and like I didn't realize what was going on right away. I was just focused on trying to push down this tower. And so I don't know if Mordekaiser actually gets this. No, he didn't get it. But I mean, it was worth a try. I think that was fine. And I don't think I actually needed to go. Like maybe it would have helped us secure the blue, but I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna push down the tower and that'll be fine. Unfortunately, Shen realizes that's my goal too, and then he prevents me from doing it. Yeah, also if I had Ignite up here, I could have potentially killed him. Oh, I do Ignite him, so yeah, so actually they came down just in time, so that was just him miscalculating how much damage I do. And I just barely survive here. If there was one more tower hit, I would have died. And I think that was actually okay. Like, the wave was pushing, so it was gonna get denied, and so that was fine. And I think that was definitely the right choice there, because I basically got a free kill, and I think it was pretty safe. Like the worst that could have happened there was I think I could have died along with him. Like I don't think he could have just killed me. But then again, like he didn't try to kite me at all. He just tried to auto attack me under the turret. So maybe if he tried to kite me harder, then I could have died there. And I think I probably would have recognized that that's what he was trying to do and just backed out. Here I'm going top lane because I just want to get this tower down. I know that there's like 3 or 4 bots because I see them going down bot, and I also see Shen bot. So like I know that's what's happening, and actually they get outplayed. So we get a bunch of kills here, which is good. I think we get like we get 3 for 1 basically. Maybe even 4 for 1. I don't know what's happening. But so what I'm thinking here is that okay, yeah, so they just get some ultis out, which is good. And they kill Cat. Okay. So anyway, I'm thinking, okay, there's a bunch of people bot. I don't really need to be bot, especially after that, like after I saw that, like and that could have, you know, not gone as well for us as it did. We could have just like lost 1 for 0 or something like that. But I knew that Dragon was enough, and I wanted to just get this turret for free and punish them for all going bot. So I'm trying to push as far and fast as I can. So I'm even trying for this turret. I know that there's still a bunch of people bottom, so I know that there's not gonna be like 5 people up here trying to kill me. So like maybe at worst there's like 1 or 2, and I can just walk away from that. Like there couldn't have been like a bunch of people like coming in all directions to collapse on me and cut me off. Here I have the choice to either go back or farm mid lane, and I think the choice is pretty clear. like there's like no reason for me basically not to farm mid lane. And then here I'm thinking about going through the jungle, and this is like just I've corrected my play from doing this. Here would have been fine. Lee Sin was actually really low, but a lot of times I've been going into their jungle and just dying. So like I basically tried to prevent myself from doing that. And here they've like definitely overextended, and I see that I don't, and this is another thing that I've been doing a lot. I've been like trying to camp this bush, and you usually just die when this happens because they know you're there and they all come and then you just die. So that's another thing in my play that I've realized, and I tried to correct that. So yeah, so I just go back after that. I see that Shen is pushing top, so I want to clear that out, and then come to Dragon. So I think after I see Dragon is up, like Dragon responds while I'm on the way top, so I just go straight to Dragon so we can get another Dragon. I buy Trinity Force first. I like Trinity Force first a lot. I think it's pretty good. It does a lot of damage. It gives you a lot of stats that you want. It gives you more health, movement speed. So the health is really good because you're tanking. The mana is not like super important because he doesn't use that much mana, but it gives you like a lot of extra damage, so you can burst down people more quickly. Here it's probably like the worst fight for me. I'm not even like doing anything this fight. Like I can't even like see what's going on because I can't see where my champion is because like everyone's on top of me and I almost die. And here, let me just see if I was actually been doing anything at all. Alright, so we get the dragon, and this can happen a lot in your fights. Like there'll be like so much going on that like you just can't see what's going on. So here I dash. Who do I dash on? Okay, I dash on Katarina, which was right, and then I think I stopped like auto attacking or doing anything for like a second or something. And then I don't like focus the right targets, so like that was like pretty bad. Like, and again, like you just have to kind of like relax your focus in team fights because there's so much going on. You can just like get overwhelmed with it, and that's kind of what happened. Like you get overwhelmed with all this like sensory input, and you can't really see where your champion is, and you can't really see where their champions are, and you can't really click on their champions. Like you can't click on them to like auto attack or use your spells. So like I think I just need to work on like relaxing my focus in team fights so that I don't like just do nothing in team fights when they get really chaotic. Here there are two possibilities of where I can go, mid or top lane to go farm, and I choose top lane. Mid lane might have actually been better because our team was like somewhat overextended, and if they went hard on them, like it would have been, I could have backed them up if I went mid lane. So that's why I should have probably gone mid lane instead of top lane. But basically I'm just shoving this out as fast as I can because during this time I realized that they're probably going to try to push down mid turret, so I run to mid as soon as I push it down. And I just run there as quickly as I can. Here, either I basically make a mistake. I should have either gone hard or not at all. I should have. I get exhausted and I just should have just backed out, but I go back in because I see they're all low and I get tunnel vision. And I see like Corki's low and stuff, and so that was just like getting over aggressive. Like our whole team was low. If we all went in, like I think we could have killed them all, but like. I just wasn't, paying attention to what my team was doing. So like, a lot of times you can actually really control what your team is doing, and it's hard to like really control them with like pings or like telling them what to do. Like sometimes that's helpful, and I think it's actually pretty important to like be like, okay, here's the mistake you made. I'm not going to be a jerk about it, but like here's like something that you can do that will help you out in the future. But like let's say like in that fight and let's say I realized like right away that okay, this is a really bad fight, let's not do this fight. Not only can you use like back off ping, which is like control click, you can also just like walk away. Like if you use the ping and just like hang around there, like your team gets confused and like thinks that you still want to fight or like that they still should fight. But if you like make it very clear, okay, there's no one here, like we're not going to back you up if you go in because this is a bad fight, like so just don't do it, like, and you just walk away instead of like just hanging out there in a fight that could be bad, then they'll actually like listen to you and do that. So here I messed up. I should have I lost sight of him and didn't realize he was ulting, so I should have just walked up to him and used my R. And this is a tip for Xin Zhao. It's really good when if you're jungling or if you're top. If they run into a bush and you like know where they are, you can use your R to like kick them out of the bush or push them backwards so they can't like. So let's say like you're purple side, and let's say there's a Cho'Gath, and you come up to gank through this lane, and the Cho'Gath sees you, and let's say he's here, and he runs into this bush to try to kite you to get back here. You can like run right here and then use your R, like before you even get to the bush, to push him backwards or knock him back, and then basically that's like makes it a lot easier to brush tech. Here I didn't really change my play according to how far ahead we are, and that's like a mistake I made in this game where I should have realized how far ahead we are and what that means and what I should be doing in my play style. Basically, if you're like this far ahead and like I'm really strong in this game, like if I catch someone even slightly out of position, they're dead. So here I just used my R there right away to knock back Katarina so that she couldn't use her ulti, and then Corki gets away. That's okay. So that was what was going on in the team fight, and they shouldn't have come. That was just a mistake on their part. They should have just said, okay, they got the Baron, we can't do anything, and they should have realized, okay, our team's not here, so either not come at all or come as 5. Like, I think it's really bad usually, especially if you're behind, to think that you can win a 4v5 if you're behind and you're the 4. In this game, the second item I want to get is health, so I can't just get focused down. And the reason I got health instead of magic resist or armor is because they have mixed damage. Like Katarina does a lot of AP and Corki does a lot of AD. So, and they're both going to be hitting me. And I looked at who did the most damage to me at the end of the game, and I actually took more magic damage than anything else. So I should have potentially got a bit of magic resist here, but I was thinking, okay, I don't know who's going to be doing more damage right now, so I'm just going to stack health, so I was going to get a Warmogs in this game. So that was my thought process there. I probably should have just gone for a GA, because that gives you both magic resist and armor, and it's really good if you're ahead, because they just can't kill you. And here I should have just gone on. I was a little worried about going on Cat, because I didn't know where their team was. I probably could have thought about doing that, because we probably could have killed her quickly enough, or burnt her flash or something, to punish her for being slightly out of position there. But I didn't know where their team is, so I just wanted to play safe. And that's also important when you're ahead. Is that one, like you can really take advantages of their misplays. Like if they're a little bit out of position, like the more ahead, the more you can take advantage of that, because you're just gonna kill them that much faster. Like, so that's one thing. But also, like, you don't need to make super risky plays, like, because you can, if they don't do something risky to sort of like capitalize to try to get back in the game, then you're just gonna like slowly beat them. So they have to do something. And so like, yeah, so like that's what you just have to consider when you're ahead. So you just don't throw away the game. Here I've been like pinging my team for like maybe like 3 minutes or something like that. I'm saying like, okay, let's push. This tower is free. They can't stop us. We got Baron. We don't want to waste Baron. So, and then we finally get it. I think our Baron's like more than half up, and that's okay. And here, I didn't want to go in, but I probably could have. I'm just waiting for the right time, and we could have fought them on their tower, but I thought at that instance that my team wasn't really focused on killing them, so I decided not to. And here what happens is that Katarina gets low, so she can't do anything, and I immediately jump in on Corki to kill him and burst him down. And then we also get a free inhib off of this. So we just run in, get the inhibs, and they were all low, so they couldn't do anything. Shen is trying to split push top, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go back. We're not gonna get anything else. But my team is like, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna push in, and I think that was probably the right choice. Like if he didn't come back like right away, then he would have died. And so I try to go in and get a kill, but it doesn't work, so I immediately switch my focus onto the towers, so we get the towers down as quickly as possible. And then I tried to click on Katarina to interrupt her ulti, but I misclicked, and you know, that happens. And so we just kill these guys as quickly as possible, and then wait, where did I go? Did I die? Oh yeah, I died because I didn't stop Katarina's ulti basically, and that was just like there's too much stuff going on. I couldn't really see what was going on, and I couldn't really click on her. And that's like one of the strengths of Katarina. Like you can ulti in the middle of a really busy team fight. No one's going to be able to see you. But yeah, so basically that's how I misplayed there. But we'd already won at that point. So I hope you enjoyed the game. Don't forget to like, subscribe, thumbs up, etc. Any comments or suggestions are always appreciated. And have a good day.